Hi, so in this video I'm gonna share how I am gonna organize my studies for the summer, because I was actually accepted to two courses that I applied for, and they are like summer courses. So I had initially made an application for, I think it was 6 different courses, and I end up now with 2. And I don't know if I will be, maybe a reserve to any of the other courses that I applied for, but so far I have like 2 courses, and these are going to actually go on until the middle of August. So it's now beginning of June. So I have like the full summer again with studies, and I actually doing 150% of studies currently until the middle of July. So I doing one course in ID history about power and medicine, and it is on distance, so all the like assignments and stuff is on the platforms online, and the university is located in Sweden. And then I have another course which I was accepted to today, or I was accepted to it yesterday, but I saw the email myself like today. So, and that one is in business administration, and it is project management. So I'm doing project management, and then this other course about power and medicine. And I'm so happy that I got the course about project management, because it was something that I really was hoping for and that I really wanted to study, because in the spring term I was actually reading this book. I'm gonna show which one. This book, and it's actually a Swedish book. It's called Projektledning, like project management basically, and it's by someone named Bo Thunquist, I don't know how to say it in English. But anyway, and this one, I have read this book in the spring because it's quite extensive, quite a lot of text in here and quite a lot of information. But I have read this one, and now I have this book included in one of the courses basically. However, the project management course actually have like, I think it's 5 main books when it's concerning the literature, and I try to sort of source out some of the books today, but there was some of them are not available. They are like in a waiting. I'm like in a waiting to receive them, but I don't know how long it's gonna take, so I'm gonna try and figure it out in some other ways. But at least I have this book, and I also have another book which was on the list, and it's this one, which is called Project Aspects, but I'm translating it because this one is in Swedish, and it says knowledge areas for management and leadership of project basically. So this book, yeah, it's published in Swedish by someone named Nikos Macheridis. I hope I'm pronouncing it the right way, but this one is also included into the course. And that one is also like the full course is like running online. So I think it's around 4 different assignments. And the first one was actually to make a presentation for yourself, like about yourself, and what you know about project management, and in what areas you have used project management in the past. And then now we have like 2 group discussions. So we have like had to type a paper about 2 pages for each and one of them, and have some discuss some stuff that is connected inside of the course literature, make some question, and sort of argue for different things. And then we have to write a response to 3 other students' papers. And so I have 2 such type of assignments in that course, and then I have like a big assignment where I'm gonna be exploring one question in concern to project management, and I'm going to write a whole long paper for that. So that's something I need to do the coming months. And then I have for the other course, which actually had quite a few papers, it had 5 different long papers, and 4 of them are like a little bit shorter, and they are also involving like group discussions. So I have posted the first paper actually because I wrote it, and I submitted it, and now on Thursday, so each of the weeks, because that course is running full-time, so each of the weeks I have a group discussion running for a couple of days from every Thursday till Sunday, and then I have to submit the paper for the week every, like, you know, someday during the week. So I have like for the next couple of weeks I have like 1 paper that I need to type for that course every single week. And then I have like a big paper for that course as well, and that one is going to be more like, you know, maybe 10 pages with just pure text, and I'm not sure what I'm typing on in regards to that, but I'm gonna figure it out. And I don't have so much time actually for this course. It's only, I think, 5 weeks in total, and this is already week 1, so I should be a good, like, down the line with probably the 3 first assignments if I want to be, like, you know, on my schedule. But I have only submitted 1 of them, so I was looking over the second one today, but I'm doing some laundry today, so I am not really able to be on the university, and my laptop has crashed, so I don't have a laptop. Anyway, obviously each of the courses have, besides all the course literature itself, it also has quite a few articles, and they can be like, this one is very random because it's about Chinese medicine and Western medicine. But I mean, that one is just because I'm just using this as an example for something that I'm having like a section about in one of the papers. Obviously you will have like a ton of articles for each of the courses and stuff, so in the total it will add up to being quite a lot of literature. So yeah, I'm gonna try and get hold on all the course literature that I have for this project management course, because obviously it's quite essential. And I'm not really able to type on the first paper because I don't have one of the books that I need for that course. However, for this other course that I'm doing, I basically have, as I said, we have like some obligatory literature which is not part of the course, or it's like part of the course, excuse me, but it's not part of the books, you know, it's more like, you know, some chapter that has been, you know, sort of printed out, or it's some, you know, paper report or something from somewhere. So I have quite a few of those types of things as well. And one of the books that actually I already have had in a course for the master was this one. And now they have sort of actually invested in a new copy of this one. So this one is The System of Profession, an essay on the division of expert labor, and it's by Andrew Abbott. And this book is really, really good. He wrote this one in the 80s, but it's still like, you know, really updated sort of topic in this one. And it just goes through how professions are sort of established and the process of establishing a profession, and you know, this whole abstract form of theoretical concepts that are like making up a system for each of the professions, and the way of sort of how they are legitimizing themselves, their authority, and how each and one of the professions sort of are established. This one is really good, this book. I have read this one time, so, or actually more than one time, because I had to read it a couple of times for the master, but now I need to use this book again to refer to it for one of the papers that I have. But I mean, if you consider it, each and one of the papers that I'm talking about is gonna have, you know, like between 5 to 20 references, each of one of them. So it will add up to being quite a few references at the end of the day. So some of the references are gonna be the same, because obviously I mostly need to reuse part of the course literature, not all of the course literature, like in each and one of the assignments, but you know, they will kind of reappear across this. So, or there might be some sections that I have to keep in each and one of the papers, you know, depending on what the, you know, what they want. The program management. So anyway, I'm actually now gonna because since I don't have a laptop, I still want to make it more easy for myself tomorrow when I need to type on the assignment 2. So I'm gonna try, because I have actually printed out the assignment 2 for this one of the courses, and I'm gonna look over and sort of make a mind map of the stuff based on the course literature that I have available now in a physical format, and just go over the stuff, how I'm gonna rearrange the paper, what are the different sections going to include, you know. And then I need to do exactly the same for the first assignment or the second assignment in the other course. So I have those two, and then I can just type on it tomorrow, and hopefully I getting at least something done on it. So because I have quite, you know, a restricted schedule, and also I am preparing myself for this assessment again for a cabin crew, you know, position. So I have sort of a couple of things I need to get hold on, and this is quite, you know, grooming type of standard. It's like more about the whole, you know, like the uniform type of stuff. So I'm looking for a blazer that is black, and it has to be form-fitted. So one of the things I noticed when I was on the assessment the first time was that each and one of the people who actually passed through, they had a form-fitted, if they were a female, they had a form-fitted black blazer. I did not have one. I was wearing like a white shirt, and actually it says on the paper that you need to have like a form-fitted blazer. However, these are just things that you can definitely reuse in other occasions. And also I feel like a black blazer in that type of, you know, kind of shape and style and stuff is very like universal, like you can wear it in any type of setting. And also because I am trying to now look for different options, more like, you know, as I said, I'm quite interested to go into the aviation. But I mean, if I find anything else that is of interest within the more administrative work stuff and so forth, I would be interested in that as well. Or like work with something more creative, like makeup, like marketing makeup products or perfume or something, because I'm going to have 2 courses for the master in the autumn, and I'm also going to have full-time thesis for the other program that I'm also doing. And then I might have some other courses, so the whole administrative workload that I have is quite extensive, you know, either also in the autumn. So therefore I feel like if I find something that is more creative and maybe some more physical demanding, that is the type of job that I'm actually looking for, you know. And I definitely want to get myself into the aviation. That is what I'm sort of most interested in. I love airplanes, I love flying, and also there is quite a few benefits. Like I mean, for each person who is, you know, considering jobs and stuff, like they have to look at what are they actually looking for themselves, because I know that this is not a profession for everyone at all. But for my part, it is definitely a profession that I want to go into. So therefore it's like, you know, to be sure about what you want, and also to sort of have looked at the pros and cons and sort of weighted each side, and ensure that you are sure about what you want to get yourself into, and that you actually are of course fulfilling all of the criteria, because most jobs like professions and stuff, they have a ton of criteria, you know. It's not about the academics only, you know. You need to have probably some legitimizing type of license, or you need to have something else, you know. There might be something that is required for the uniform, it might be some physical abilities or whatever, you know. There might be some language, or there might be something else, you know, that is of essential importance to have in order to actually get into a profession. So therefore, since I'm looking into the aviation, I'm just trying to fulfill all of the criteria that they have, and they are quite specific, especially the sort of companies that I'm looking into, and the ones that I actually am allowed based on my capabilities and stuff to actually apply for, because I don't speak German, I don't have a citizenship in Australia, and I don't have an ID card from UK, so therefore I'm kind of excluded in applying to such airlines that are demanding such things. So I need to look at the other options available basically, and also because I'm mostly interested in the sort of golf area, and that is where I would like to have my base and then be able to, you know, work from there. So some of the things that I also feel is quite essential in this regard is of course the appearance, you know. This is one of the interesting things, and I really like that the job has a very, like, you know, they are demanding that you are really fit and that you are really having good physical you know, appearance, and that you have like physical capabilities and stuff, because it's like a good to have that like pressure, to have that sort of demand on you, because, or for my part, that's what I sort of want from a job, you know, that they are sort of demanding, and that it is demanded that I need to do such things, you know. And I would say that most, you know, if you have like academic type of professions, you know, that demands academic background, most of those professions demanding some form of a uniform, and often there is something that is like, you know, you have to obey certain rules and stuff regarding the uniform and what you are allowed to wear, and maybe your appearance or whatever. There's quite a few things, you know, so you need to look into all these small details, and you need to sort of adapt into it, and you need to sort of transform yourself into it, you know. It's about molding yourself, you know, into the person or the profession or whatever that you are aiming at. This is like the key, because no one is gonna make you into anything. You have to make yourself into whatever you are looking for, you know. There is no one who gives a peep, you know, about what you do. You have to do it for yourself, you know. That's the whole point here. So I'm like super excited about all these things that I actually need to do in order to get into this profession, and that is a good mindset to have, because you shouldn't just, I mean, I spoke with some different people, you know, who have gotten themselves to the point where they actually are within this profession, and they were like saying that, you know, they have done like more than one try, they have applied to multiple companies, and they have made assessments more than one time, they have done it up to 8 times. And you know, it's like you really have to be sure about that, that what it is you want, and then you have no other, like, you have to go for it, you know, you have to go for it, and you have to transform yourself into whatever you are aiming at, you know. So therefore, for example, to have a watch on your arm, that might seem trivial, but it is actually in this profession, it's like, you know, if you looking, this is like, especially when you're going on these assessments, it's like what you look like, they're going to assess, you know. It's going to say so many things about how you will be in the role, in the professional role, and to have like a watch is quite, you know, it sort of is indicating that you are good with the timing, that you sort of have a set time frame for each and one of the things you are doing, that you always are on time, because there is no, like, if you miss a flight, that flight is not gonna come back for you, you know. So it's like you have to ensure that you always are on timing, and this is actually quite essential to most jobs. You need to be on timing if you're not working from your home space, but either way you most likely need to be on timing, you know. And you need to have time management, and you need to be able to manage yourself. And I feel like, yeah, like I've been in the academics now for just a while, but I have had my experience and my share of the whole professional sort of environment, like of working in offices and like dealing with the, you know, like high society, and like having that exposure, and that has also adapted myself into those type of standards, you know. And of course my background is quite, you know, we have quite high expectations, you know, on, like, my family is expecting a lot from me, and I'm just like, you know, doing my best with what I have, you know. No, but it's very important to sort of adapt into the things that they are demanding, and also to sort of level up, you know, level up, because there's no, like, you know, you cannot, most jobs are going to say that you cannot do something halfly good, you need to do them perfect, and you in yourself need to often, if you have any form of representational job, you need to be perfect, you know, like perfect in yourself, you know, that you have you know, all the things part of the uniform and that you are representing and all these things. It's very, very, very important. And I was doing real estate before, like working, you know, with dealing with properties and clients and stuff. And in that type of profession, you really realize how important it is that what you are saying has to come from a source, and that source need to be impeccable. You know, you cannot say something if it's not, you know, sort of, because people enjoy listening to people who seem to have their shit together, you know. So it's like, that's very key point here. And especially in the professional, like office type of environment. I mean, when I was doing real estate, we always had like a business attire. We had one day a week when it was like casual. Casual meaning jeans and like often a white shirt or like some long sleeve shirt. And yeah, and probably having a smaller type of heel. But for most part of the week, it was like demanded to have full on business attire, meaning like a blazer, white shirt, and everything, you know. That was the whole. And it's actually, I enjoy that I got that form of exposure and that I learned those things, what actually these type of professions are demanding. And because it is very, very good to get that sort of connection, you know, because then it's also more easy to sort of frame yourself into that and take the academics that I now for myself have gained and sort of having this as a, you know, proof of certification, but to also have the full package, you know. So being that full, the person who has not just the certifications, you know, you need to have the experience, you need to have the full like appearance and representational side, and you need to be like business attire. If you're gonna work as a lawyer, you need to be the business attire person, you know, personified, you know. Or if you're gonna work with business administration, you need to also wearing business attire. So it's always adapting into the job, whatever you're aiming at, you know. If you're gonna work as a makeup artist, probably you might be wearing makeup, more makeup than most people may be doing on a daily basis. But I feel like just to have, and also like to have the clean appearance, like to look clean and fresh and have nice nails and have like, you know, these things. It's really important for most jobs, you know, because people do value, you know, these type of small things. So, and especially for the job that I applied for now, it was like more criteria in regards to this than I even gonna go into. But it's definitely nice to get that exposure and sort of, you know, sort of adapt into it. And this is something I'm focusing on the 2 weeks ahead of me now, to sort of perfect certain things. There are, for example, you need to perfect the way you moving your face, you know, like there are such small things you can do. And for example, to always ensure that you have a nice posture and that you are, how do you have your feet, how do you move your hands, how do you move every single little thing of what you are, because it is very essential. For example, I am very interested in body language in general.